Hey guys, Zyger here. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Post-Thorns Nerf for Crusader. So, recently on patch 2.4 on the PTR, the Thorns build was nerfed, and not necessarily just the build, but some aspects of it. Thorns was ridiculously powerful, guys. A lot of people were doing Greater Rifts 150, which seemed to be the max on PTR, before they just did a server wipe. And this was mostly because there was a bug involved, but still, Thorns was really, really, really powerful. This is a huge change. It looks like Thorns is not going to be as competitive anymore. There was a snapshot bug actually that allowed you to keep snapshotting your Thorns damage over and over and over again with Iron Skin. So you could keep doing it over and over and then just coast through a riff and do ridiculous damage and just be unstoppable. Um, but looking at things now, it looks like Thorns is not really going to be a thing. Even in season, we see Crusader doing 87, 85. Most of these people are running a Blessed Shield build. Some are running the Legacy of Nightmares set, some are not. But yeah, I knew that Heaven's Fury was still going to be good. Blessed Ground's the way to go. I made a guide on the Blessed Ground Crusader. I'm going to put a link to that in the bottom here. If you want to check the description of the video, that's going to be there. But it still seems like it's the most competitive spec. The reason for that is because Blessed Ground with Fate of the Fell and these two shields are awesome. Eberly Charo and Shield of Fury. That's going to be first priority for the season. You can gear around this no-set very easily at the start of a season, so I'll probably put out a leveling guide about that in a little bit before the season comes out. But this is an easy build to gear for. The Aquila Cuirass is unbelievably good with this build because you're almost always full resource. Some people are putting in different ways on how to build this build a little bit, and I'll just describe that. So I already made the guide, but there's one brand of this that uses the Akan set, the 6-piece Akan set, which gives you 450% damage bonus, and also Convention of the Elements and the Compass Rose and the Traveler's Pledge combo, which is really good and adds to your damage as well. The other way you can build it is, yeah, around the no-set set. This allows you to have a little bit more survivability. You can use a Saint Archu's gauge hands. That bug is fixed too. There was a bug that always procced on that. Now it's fixed. But time's gonna kind of tell which is the better way. It seems like right now most people are still running the no-set set. So that way you can get a little bit more damage off the Hexing Pants. You can go Andariels and things like that. So that might be the way to go. One thing I'm kind of disappointed in is Blessed Shield doesn't seem like it's going to be effective. I was hoping that there'd be a cool Blessed Shield build. I kind of built a guide around that. It's still going to exist, but it's not going to be quite as powerful. It seems like it's just not going to be up to par compared to the other builds. I played around with Phalanx a little bit too, and that just seems way underwhelming too, damage-wise. Even with the new hat, even with the new shield, it just seems like it's not going to be powerful enough. So a little bit disappointed on that. I thought Phalanx was something really cool that could potentially actually kind of be a hybrid build with other stuff, but I don't think so anymore. In fact, I think that the best farming build will be something with the new Crusader shield and weapon, which does Thorns damage, and you're basically doing the Steed Charge over and over and over again. One thing in 2.4, like this Blessed Hammers build, which is really a Season 4 build that I had going, is pretty much going to be obsolete. It'll still be alright damage-wise, but you just won't be able to move around. You're either gonna want a really good push build or a really good farm build, and this one is kind of not up to par, so I think this build's going to kind of go away, which is too bad. I got some good pieces for it. It was a cool idea, kind of fun build, but I think it's going to go away. Just a few things on 2.4 from playing around on the PTR a little bit. First of all, I really like some of the new items they added, particularly the weapons. The Khan's Addendum is really cool. Gives you the Prophet and Embodiment of Power runes for your Akarat's Champion. I honestly don't think this would have been that... It wouldn't have been too powerful if they would have just given you all the runes on Akarat's Champion. It would be powerful, but I mean, it seems like that's not potentially even as good as cubing a furnace a lot of the time. The other thing is the Akon's leniency. This is pretty cool for Blessed Shield. It was kind of fun to play around with. Just some other quick thoughts is Aquila's Cuirass chest is unbelievably powerful. That is basically a must cube item for almost every spec. And it looks like there's going to be some build diversity. So I kind of like that with Crusader. I think Crusader is in the best spot to be the best class for Season 5. And when they open the new season on patch 2.4 after the wipe, after the Thorns issues, I saw that there was a level 77 Greater Rift done by a Crusader when it was like 9 or 10 hours into the season. So that's pretty impressive. People are gearing up real quick with the non-set set. So pretty cool. But it's going to be, Bracer of Fury, Shield of Fury, Eberly Charo, and Fate of the Fell. It's going to be a really good build. And you get so much survivability out of the Aquila Cuirass, St. Archie's Gaze. Court of the Sherma helps you keep blinding, and the Zays blinds as well. And you just do ridiculous damage to blinded stuff. So that's the way I'm going right now. That's my thoughts on the Crusader after the Thorns nerfs. And I hope to just keep developing more content for especially Crusader going forward. I'll see you guys in game, and I'll get back to you next time.